Cut into the crisp outer shell of this cake, and the center gives way immediately, pouring out a thick, dark chocolate core. Achieving that perfect molten center feels like a high-wire act, usually reserved for restaurant kitchens, but the mechanics are actually surprisingly straightforward. The entire process starts with a 425-degree oven, 4 empty ramekins, and having every ingredient measured out before you even touch a mixing bowl. Having this setup ready prevents a mid-recipe scramble. Chocolate is highly temperature sensitive, and stepping away to measure flour at the wrong moment is a guaranteed way to cause the batter to seize. Step 1 is coating the inside of each ramekin with a generous layer of butter. Instead of traditional flour, we dust those buttered sides with cocoa powder. Flour leaves an unappetizing chalky white residue on the baked cakes, while cocoa powder blends perfectly into the dark crust. Next, melt a half cup of 70% dark chocolate together with a 1/4 cup of unsalted butter until it forms a smooth, glossy liquid. Once it's completely melted, stir a 1/4 cup of wildflower honey directly into the warm chocolate. This chart illustrates why we use honey here. As you can see, the sharp, bitter spike inherent to 70% dark chocolate drops off significantly, leveled out by the rising curve of the honey's floral sweetness. By ensuring the ramekins are prepped for a clean release and the base chocolate is precisely sweetened, we lock in the foundation for both the structure and the flavor. In a separate bowl, whisk 2 whole eggs and 2 additional egg yolks until the mixture becomes visibly frothy. Into those eggs, mix a 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla, a 1/4 teaspoon each of cayenne and ancho chili powder, and a pinch of sea salt. This combination provides a gentle, lingering warmth. If you prefer a more aggressive heat, adding 1/8 of a teaspoon of chipotle powder will push the spice profile into a deep, smoky territory. Before pouring the wet ingredients together, let the melted chocolate cool down. If the chocolate is still piping hot, it will instantly scramble the raw eggs. Once cooled, incorporate the eggs using a deliberate folding motion, scraping along the bottom of the bowl and pulling the heavy chocolate over the top. Repeat this exact same gentle motion to incorporate 2 tablespoons of flour. Stirring vigorously would deflate the tiny air pockets trapped inside the frothed eggs. Those bubbles are the only structural support the cake has, and destroying them results in a dense, heavy brick instead of a delicate crumb. Divide the batter evenly, filling each of the 4 prepared ramekins about 3/4 of the way to the top. Place them into the 425-degree oven for exactly 9 to 11 minutes. Inside the oven, intense heat rapidly bakes the outer edges into a firm perimeter, while the insulated center remains entirely liquid. Shake the pan, and the middle will still jiggle. Leave them in 1 minute too long, and that core dries out completely. While the cakes bake, warm 3 tablespoons of honey on the stove and stir in a pinch of chili flakes and a tiny pinch of smoked paprika for a rustic finish. As soon as the cakes come out of the oven, run a thin knife around the inside edge of each ramekin, place a plate over the top, and flip the entire thing upside down to release the cake. Hitting that precise temperature window leaves you with a structurally sound crust holding back a reservoir of hot batter. Now it serves as the base for the final garnishes. To finish the dessert, place a scoop of vanilla ice cream next to the cake. Add fresh raspberries, scatter crushed pistachios, flaky sea salt, and thin slices of candied jalapeno. Eating this combines extreme physical contrasts. The melting chill of the ice cream pushes against the steaming hot chocolate, and the crisp crunch of the pistachios breaks up the soft texture of the cake. Finally, pour the warm, spiced honey over the top. The first bite hits you with sweet, rich chocolate, followed seconds later by a sharp, lingering chilly warmth at the back of the throat. By managing temperatures and pre-measuring a few pantry ingredients, you can consistently pull off a highly complex, deeply flavorful dessert. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit subscribe for more precise baking mechanics.